Kirkland, Washington is exactly where he's at. They kind of confuse needs with rights. I think that happens a lot, and I guarantee you they're going to confuse it on this one for the next few days. You're going to hear about who needs $1 trillion. What say you?
Well, 75% of the shareholders didn't just approve a paycheck, Scott. They approved a philosophy of the guy who built the impossible, and that they said that he should just continue to lead it. So this is obviously one of the greatest entrepreneurs, CEOs, and inventors of this generation. In fact, if you think about the Department of Government Efficiency, I don't know anybody else who's proven to be a better steward of money than actually Elon. So this guy creates phenomenal value for shareholders and investors across multiple industries. I mean, just in my own personal life, my favorite car today is my Model X. It's extremely safe. It's got incredible performance. In fact, if you think about even the sound system in this thing, it's better than any of the other cars I've ever owned. You think about also autonomous driving that it does. I can literally pay $100 for autonomous driving. That's essentially a professional chauffeur who's there for me whenever I need it. I mean, that's a game changer. I think about the robo-taxis that this guy could be creating right now. Does that disrupt Uber and Lyft? Let alone, is it a way for me to get my kids to and from practice instead of me going out and commuting back and forth? I think that sounds like a massive opportunity. I mean, the robots too. I mean, Elon, if you're watching, sign me up for a couple of those things. I think this is going to be revolutionary for the average man. You're freeing up time, you're freeing up the ability to accomplish more, do more with your life and the things that you're wanting to do here. And again, we don't even know how deep that's going to integrate into society. But I think it's going to be exciting, although it sounds a little bit like the future here. Think about SpaceX. Who knew that a rocket could land standing straight up, let alone we had a better way of delivering, satellites into the atmosphere, which of course then becomes Starlink, the world's first go anywhere internet, and has ultimately become the FEMA response network. So no one else can compete with this guy. I wouldn't bet against Elon. And, candidly, him just even announcing the new chips opportunity and that they're going to get into chips, I think is the next $1 trillion market that they're probably going to be hitting right now.
But they're going to come after him. They're going to come after him because nobody should have that much money. They're going to get angry about it. And, with the election of Mamdani in New York, we just had our last guest quoted the unemployment rate for those of 25 years and older is around 4%. 24 years and younger, it's closer to 10%. So you've got all this disaffected youths out there that are going to be angry. That's why the socialism is kind of coming on board. The Social Democrats of America, or the Democratic Socialists of America, whatever they call themselves now, I guarantee you it's going to gain steam, David, because there's a lot of people out there in this K-shaped recovery that are going to feel kind of disenfranchised. And so this $1 trillion pay package flowing right into Mamdani's winning New York and what this disenfranchisement has meant to a lot of people out there, it's going to get some play on the media, I guarantee you. What say you?
Oh, yeah. Well, no question. But I mean, here's the reality. You look at Kathy Woods right now, who's saying, Tesla stock could go to $2,600 by the year 2030 based on just the robo-taxis, not even accounting for the Optimus robots. I think back to my point here and what we're just talking about, you're compensated based upon the amount of problems that you're solving. I just listed like 7 or 8 different companies that are literally changing the world, solving problems, making life easier and better. So ultimately, yeah, that's worth something. So this guy happens to be the inventor and the innovator here in this way. And so people just have to recognize that, if you're solving the problem of cutting my lawn, that's worth something. But if you're solving the problem of, cutting the meniscus in my knee to do something a little bit better, that's worth a little bit more. To the level of problems that you're solving is the direct compensation that you should be receiving. And so I think Elon's doing a phenomenal job. I wouldn't bet against him, to your point. And, it's not whether he should have $1 trillion. It's actually, is this possible that can someone solve that many problems that they could ultimately earn that much money in the eyes of the people that are exchanging dollars for answers?
Because it's a win-win, right? If you look at all the incentives, all the things that he needs to solve to get to that place where he's going to get this money, he is going to be creating value for America and a lot of people. And so if that's going to be the case, well, sure. And if a guy can deliver, I don't have any problem on paying somebody that actually delivers. I mean, it seems reasonable. if you look at the value that he will be creating, like you just said, if the value is worth it, then who cares? But again, I'm waiting for the cascade of who needs $1 trillion to be, they're not going to look at the value created. They're going to look at what the E makes. And you know what? It's just like them. They think that if there's a minimum wage, there should be a maximum wage. Nobody should be able to earn more than X. You've seen all these states now start coming after these wealthy people with these wealth tax. It's confiscation is really what it is, or the tax on unrealized capital gains. They're going to be doing that more and more. And hopefully, with Elon and the likes of the guys like you and me, we can make sure that people are aware of what's going on out there and we don't let it spread too much. You got about 10 seconds before we jump.
Hey, Scott, couldn't agree more. All I got to say is he's got to deliver in a massive way to get this $1 trillion. If he delivers, he's done something that no one else has done, pulling rabbits out of the hat in another incredible way. So I'm rooting for the guy. I'm thinking it's amazing. Let's all just be in awe.
He's landing spaceships back on the pad. I mean, who thought that was ever going to be possible? I mean, we used to let those things, whatever. All right, we got to jump. Great to have you on, David. Have a great weekend.
Happy
Love you.
1,000th episode, Scott.
From Washington. All right,
happy
brother. Appreciate it. You've been a part
friend.
of it. Thank you. All right. How about let's.
Cool.